So you want to start collecting Speed Champions cars. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you advice on where to begin. You're watching the Green Brick channel. There are a total of 43 cars that make up the Gen 2 or 8-stud wide era that started back in 2020. I've got the cars separated by the year that they were released by LEGO. Something to note, there are micro-scaled versions of some of these cars that were sold in poly bags. Well, I'm not going to cover those in this video. If you're thinking about collecting the Generation 1 or 6-stud wide cars, I wouldn't recommend it from the start. You're going to quickly burn your wallet. But say maybe I want a Bugatti. They don't make a Bugatti in 8-stud wide form. Well, just be patient. They will. The 6-stud wide cars are far less superior, having significantly less detail, simplified build, a lot more stickers, and more expensive. Remember that. Often they would come in these big play sets, which increased the piece count and increased the cost. Don't get me wrong, the play sets were cool, but most collectors these days are just interested in the cars themselves. All pricing and availability discussed in this video is assuming you live in the US. If you do not, I'm sorry I didn't do the research for other countries. In 2024, we had the biggest selection of cars in a single year in the Speed Champions theme, which is 12. In 2025, it's probably going to be even bigger, celebrating 10 years of Speed Champions, and we've got the whole F1 license. So, with that being said, there's going to be tons of cars available for purchase on Lego.com, and that means some of these older cars are going to be retired. As it stands right now, the whole 2020 lineup is retired already, as well as the 2021 lineup. 2022 is a split, so we'll draw a line between the Lotus Evija and the Aston Martin Vantage GT3. These ones to the right of that line are all retired. The ones to the left are still available for purchase. Those are the ones we need to be picking up right now, as well as the 2023 lineup. So these new 2024 cars are exciting, but if you haven't picked them all up or haven't picked any of them up yet, just put them on the back burner and wait for a good sale. Focus on the ones that are going to be retiring, which are these 6, these 5. Well, okay, so according to Brick Fanatics, they did a really good video about all the sets retiring in 2024. They confirmed that all the 2023 and 2022 cars that are available right now are going to be retired, with the exception of the Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline. So I'm not sure if that was just overlooked, but either way, don't hold off on buying this because that is a really good car to have. You do not want to miss out on this. All right, so we'll just put the 2024 cars off to the side. They're not going anywhere. Now, as for the retired sets, I wouldn't recommend going back so far as 2020 because those are sold for ridiculous prices, as well as these 4 from 2021. These came in the same pack. These came in the same pack. Ridiculously high cost. Now, when I say reasonably priced cars for being retired sets, I would consider these 5 to be reasonably priced on Amazon.com, being that they're less than $30 a car. And I think that's a fair asking price for retired sets. I'll get back to those 5 in a little bit. These 3 that are retired are reasonably priced on Amazon.com as well. Dom's Charger, not so much. It's in the 40s, almost $50, so I wouldn't recommend spending the money on that when you can buy 2 of these other cars for that same price. So if you're just now starting a Speed Champions collection, don't worry about any of those cars that are up in the displays. Let's focus on these and these. These are the retired LEGO sets that are still available for reasonable prices on Amazon.com. First of all, these are all sold individually. We've got the Elva, the Jesko, the Supra, and the DB5. They were all originally priced at $20 US and can be found on Amazon for around $27 or $28 each, which I think is pretty fair. These Vets came in a 2-pack, originally priced at $30, which was a steal. You can now get them for around $50, which puts them about $25 per car and is reasonable. The Aston Martins came in a 2-pack as well, retailed for $45, and you can get it for about that same price right now on Amazon. So pick up any of these that you like before it's too late. These are the cars that will most likely be retiring at the end of 2024. Again, I'm not sure about the Skyline, but wouldn't take any chances. Now, you can pay full price on Lego.com for these and get points through them and the GWPs and so forth, or you can buy them for 20% off on Amazon, as all of these cars are discounted, though this one's only 10% discounted, but $18 is not bad. The Countach, Avia are both $16 on Amazon, retailed for $20. This is a 2-pack Mercedes, retailed for, looking over at my sheet, $35 and is now $28. I picked it up for $20 on Prime Days. Each of these cars is $20 each sold individually, and the McLarens are 20% off, $28, originally priced $35. So these are the 11 cars I would recommend to a person starting a Speed Champions collection as of late 2024. Or for somebody that has a collection and hasn't purchased these cars, get on the ball, save up your money, and get these by December 31st. If you have around a $50 budget, I would recommend these two and this one. Or if you have around a $100 budget, get the Countach, these three, and this 2-pack McLaren. Or put the Porsche 963 back and get the 512M. Or put back the 512M and pick the Pagani. Come on, this is the only Lego Pagani. Of the retired cars that are still available on Amazon for reasonable prices, definitely would recommend the DB5. Come on, is a Bond car. Depending on how serious you are with this collection and your budget, you may want to pick up an extra set or two so that you can do some future mods and still keep the original car intact. The Paul Walker minifigure has got to be the best of the Speed Champions theme. Vin Diesel is not bad. And if you want a Michelle Rodriguez figure, aka Letty, you'll have to look in this Avatar set, as that is her, Trudy. Regarding the Icons cars, Brick Fanatics mentioned that these two would be retiring by the end of the year, the Camaro and the Vet. Even though the 911 wasn't mentioned, but it came before these two, and that's the one I'd really recommend not passing up on. If you're a collector yourself or just like LEGO Speed Champions in general, consider subscribing to this channel and join the other 11,000 subscribers. I do a lot of Speed Champions content as well as other LEGO stuff. Thanks for watching.